to get lit. About to hit the club, about to go and find a fit. Homie stressed out cause I pulled her with his bitch. She left cause your chain fake and you're running tick. It don't even make sense.
What's up, everybody? You're tuning in to Keeping It Social with Ashley Nicole,
Tasia Badass,
and Naja.
and our special guest for today is...
Yes, the young exec, Carl Michelle, was good.
What's up?
Hey.
So, as you guys know, before we start, I want to make sure you guys are subscribing when you tune in so you can keep getting more episodes as I put them up. All right, so y'all already know we're going to get into social highlight. And social highlight is usually something big that happens on the internet. It doesn't have to happen on the internet, but it's going around. Okay, so social highlight for today is Thousand Oaks shooting.
I knew it.
I know. Exactly, you knew it because it was something big happening on social media. So... I don't know. You guys know the details?
No.
Can you refresh us on that? Because I don't really even watch the news.
Former Marine that killed 12 people at a bar and grill. So far, there's no motives. He killed security and a bartender. He actually posted something before he did the shooting, and I'm gonna read it to you guys in a minute. But I don't know about you guys, but it kind of reminded me of do you guys remember the 42nd Times Square car thingy?
Yeah. Oh, no.
It was also a vet.
Oh.
So, I don't know why I thought of that because, like, it's something deeper than somebody wanted to do something like that, you know? So, What have y'all seen so far?
I actually seen, I think it was Tia Mowry. The twins,
yeah.
I know they're her.
That's like a big thing.
Yeah, her and her husband's niece was caught inside the fire as well.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, so she got shot.
She got shot.
No, I mean crossfire. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
So yeah,
because it was also a fire.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm like, wait, no, not the
but
fire.
she got shout out to their family, and I send my condolences and things like that. But
and the fire on top of that. But we could get into that later. But yeah. And then so the Facebook quote was, "I hope people call me insane," laughing emojis. Wow. Wouldn't that just be a big ball of irony? Yeah, I'm insane, but the only thing you people do after these shootings is hopes and prayers or keep you in my thoughts every time and wonder why these things keep happening.
And that's what he said before it happened.
He posted that on Facebook.
I hate the fact that he would do something so crazy and then mock people afterwards, you know what I'm saying?
But I feel like in a way, even though I'm not the whole way justifying wrong, right? But it was like almost like an indirect message, like, yo, I want y'all to pay attention to this more, and because all y'all keep doing is nothing. And it's crazy because people are paying attention to it more. And I mean, 12 people passed away, but there's been bigger shootings, like the Las Vegas one.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean,
schools.
Well, what do you propose that people do? I mean, if it is a shooting and people are dying, I'm gonna send my condolences because what else do you want me to do? I know that the police and things like that, they are upping up their security. When it comes, cause I know that even the bombing that happened in Times Square, because I was even in the midst of that. And what do they do? What are they supposed to do but up their security? You know, so now you're gonna see security on every corner and things like that. But what else do you know what I'm saying? Like, what is the message gonna change? Like, what else do you want me to do?
Is this guy still alive? Is this guy still alive?
No, he killed himself.
Oh,
and then they always you feel me? Like
tell us why.
Because that's what he did in Las Vegas too, right?
But
didn't he kill himself after he did the whole shooting?
There's actually somebody who survived the Las Vegas shooting but died in this one.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wait,
crazy.
Was caught in both?
Right.
No.
But died in this one.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nuts, man. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's
how you know
crazy.
this gun
Things that happen like once in a lifetime happen to you twice. That's,
and then you move. Because this one was in LA, right?
It was in
right.
So the other one was in there.
But like for me, I don't know like if y'all feel the same way, but I'm kind of like, I'm not numb to it, but almost a little bit, because like we from like the Bronx, so that's regular kind of like
like we're desensitized,
you know. And then this, I mean, I get it, I sympathize, but it's like it's been happening, so because it's happening in a large group, I get it. But gun violence has always been a thing. It's not because it got worse. It's just more like attention to it,
and it's more like it's planted differently, because if you killing 40 people, you know, that's
a large amount of people.
That's a little different than, you know, just
one
like a little block, drive by or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little different. And then there's I seen one where it was kids being killed too.
Sandy Hook.
in Connecticut?
It was something recently, and some kids
I think it was
got shot.
I'm not sure if it was Florida.
It was recent, and even that's being planned. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like, so that's a little different than a drive-by or beef. Because even people that like you may know, like doing drive-bys and things like that, is beef based. It's not just I'm waking up one day. Let me teach y'all a lesson.
That's another thing too. Is deeper. Like this is a vet. Like why aren't y'all taking care of y'all vets? Like there's multiple vets that do stuff like the 42nd Street was from a vet. This shooting a vet. Like y'all not taking care
it may
of y'all.
Be something going on,
you know.
Well, I mean, honestly,
and right before Veterans Day,
I feel like being in that field, a lot of mental illness goes on with vets, and mental illness, a lot of them don't have a cure, so it is hard to like see why they're doing this or get to get to the depth. Yeah, a lot of it is post-traumatic stress.
I was about to say, what is that?
PTSD.
Would you, for somebody who works like in that field, like would you say is something they know but can't control?
Yes. Sometimes.
Because a lot of them can't come home.
Yes. Sometimes a lot of them are psychosis. And being psychosis, it's you don't have no control over what you do. At 1 minute you're fine, and the next minute you want to destroy stuff, or you randomly want to shoot an animal. It's just something that you have no control over. Is it okay? No. But, I mean, I feel like there has to be treatments and interventions to stop that.
I'm sorry to change the mood, but girl, I know you got an A on that test. The way she was spitting out the terms, you got an A on that test.
It's called psychosis, all right?
Right?
I'm so, like,
based off my training.
So when stuff like this happens for you as a motivational speaker, like, have you ever spoke on gun violence? Was there ever a conversation you've had with somebody?
I spoke on gun violence, but majority of the violence that I talk about is what happens in our communities when we get our tempers flare up and we're in situations where we have a decision to make. Do I walk away and let this slide? Or do I, let my pride get the best of me? Right. So those are usually the situations I deal with people from our community. We usually we're not involved in mass shootings and things of that nature. So I normally don't touch on subjects like this. But what I can say is in situations like this, you got to continue just to spread love and show love to people while they're here. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things we can't control as far as what crazy people do. Right. But like Kanye West said, if you admire someone, you should go ahead and tell them. People never get the flowers while they can still smell them.
No, it's that
you know what I'm saying? You don't want to regret, like, damn, I had a grudge with this person and I wish I made up with them before they passed or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So I always just help people let go of grudges, get right with the person, get right with God before anything crazy happens, man. We got a short life to live.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
And then the underlying issues with like a government and stuff, like that's a huge thing. I just felt like him being a vet, like, how do you say, what's the word I'm looking for? Not catering, it's not the right word, but like fighting for us.
Yeah.
Right. And the least we could do is
take care of them when they get home.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So it's for situations like that, it's important, like just like we just had the midterm elections, it's important that we get involved in local politics as well, because presidential stuff it's important, but there's nothing more important than what's going on in your community, in your own backyard. You know what I'm saying? Because a person like this, something crazy could have happened in their life, or they could have had a jail record or a prison record or something like that and been let go, whereas someone in our community wouldn't have had the same results. You know what I'm saying? So we got to make sure that we elect the right people in office, and whenever somebody gets in office, we hold them accountable too, because we got to change these gun laws, because crazy people can't have all this access to guns and things like that.
And that happened, did you guys see the last time a shooting happened? It was like an 18-year-old or younger than that went and purchased a gun and then went into the school shooting. So they were saying, why is it okay for, and he was young, I think he was younger than 18, and he actually went and purchased it himself. And it was like you have to have a little more restriction.
And then it feels like taking a life is like absolutely nothing.
Right.
Like that person is never going to be on this earth. Like I don't think nobody, like a lot of people that do the crime, of course, don't understand that. Like you just took a whole person from somebody.
And then the fact that they could just, a lot of states could just walk in and get a gun or get their gun license. But in New York City, it's impossible. Like you can't get your gun license in New York City.
Most of the cities where a lot of crime is happening, that's where the guns are.
Right.
Mostly,
right.
Because I don't never hear nothing about happening in Texas, and I'm sure in Texas you can have guns, right?
Yeah.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, something happened in Texas, though.
Well, yeah. There was also, I don't know if you guys saw a video, there was a mom crying. She was like, I don't want your thoughts, I don't want your prayers, like, I want to stop gun violence. Like, she was crying. Like, it was like, damn, that was true. Like, I have, on the page, we had posted something about, like, you know, sending our love and prayers. And, like, I was like, oh, damn. But it's like, it's true. Yeah. Like, what is that going to do for the people that just lost somebody? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Like, what do you think we can... I know you said positivity, but physically, what do you think people could do to take... I mean, you can't physically take guns away from people. You don't know who has them, but what do you think as a community people can do?
Right now, the best thing is to hold your local officials accountable. You know what I'm saying? Because if you say, hey, you know what, there should be something done with gun violence, and then you just leave it alone, you're not doing your part. You know what I'm saying? There's town halls, there's there's town halls, different things that you can do to actually get the attention of your local official and say, yo, this is an issue, not just in our community, but nationwide, and this is the policy that we want in place. And you're just gonna have to have a bunch of people back you up. But that's where you can physically start making a change.
Yeah, I was just about to say that a lot of times you don't really know what to do or how to do it, you know, and sometimes we feel like it's inaccessible to us without having that information.
And there's nothing wrong with asking either. You know, like whoever is your local policy maker, you can ask them, we don't know what to do, but this is the issue that we have. And let them tell you what your options are. You know what I'm saying? Because it might be something that we don't even know that we had an option and that we could exercise.
Would you say are you like not surprised anymore?
You know
when you hear about stuff like this?
We got the news up.
That's the video. That's the
Y'all
video of the
play
lady from earlier. I was gonna play.
All right, so with as much access as we have to social media, you get numb to things like this. And I think you said desensitized earlier because like,
but not really.
Yeah, you know, you can go on social media and watch somebody getting murdered.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. No,
literally, yes. That was crazy.
So if this happens multiple times a month, a year, a week, you're just like, okay, another one. You know what I'm saying? That becomes your reaction as opposed to, oh my goodness, this is a tragedy. You know
Right.
So we gotta get away from acting like this shit is normal.
Right.
I feel like that could be a con, but a pro is also that we are aware it's happening. You know what I'm saying? Because most of us, without social media, I don't watch the news.
Right.
So I really don't know what's going on. If it wasn't for social media, I wouldn't know
a lot of things.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe I would have because it's a big thing, but as far as like other small stuff that's happening, I wouldn't know. So I feel like pro and cons, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
All right, so we wrap up social highlights.
Jeez, I need a drink after that heavy ass topic. Goodness gracious.
Oh, stop. It wasn't that bad. I just really, I don't know. Even with the fire happening, I feel like there's a lot happening in California. And I love California. So, you know.
How you feel like I saved you?
Yeah, I was going to move to Cali. She didn't let me. Long story. But, okay. So, our guest, Carl, book author, motivational speaker. For the people who don't really maybe know about you or know who you are, just give a brief intro. And we're going to get into some more stuff, conversation, topics.
Cool. So, I go by the name of the young executive, Carl Michelle. Business owner, own multiple businesses, best-selling author of 365 Hip Hop Daily Motivational Quotes, and executive producer of the Youth Empowerment Show. How deep you want me to get into the story? Like, back in the days, I was born 1980.
Like the highlights of your life so far. I feel like your book, your empowerment shows.
So yeah, I was born in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, raised in Stamford, Connecticut. I grew up in the crack era. You know what I'm saying? I was born in the 80s, raised in the crack era. And if you know anything about that, that's when, like, things are really, really crazy in the streets. And I love my dad, and I'm so thankful for having both my parents in my life. My dad raised me really, really well. He showed me what work ethic looks like, you know? But we were still really, really poor. You know what I'm saying? So, he was a hustler. He worked like literally 2 and 3 jobs to provide for us, and I admire that and I respect it. But I could look on the corner and I saw the guy
environment.
with everything that I thought I would. Exactly. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, dang, he got the cars, the clothes, the money, and the girls. I'm like, that nigga successful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And we're over here struggling to pay the light bill. So I'm like, yo, if that's what success looks like, that's what I want to be more like. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful because my dad moved us out the hood at an early age, but I was still being influenced by the hustlers. You know what I'm saying? And that caused me to become a follower growing up. So I was in the advanced classes in school, but none of the kids from my neighborhood was there. So I would purposely not turn in my homework, act bad, and do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? To try to fit in.
Yeah, because you still want to be you.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted.
Feel like I fit in here.
So it wasn't until later on somebody hit me with this quote. I went to the school. I showed them a picture of me back in the day. This girl was like, "You look like you don't fit in." And I was almost offended at first. I'm like, I do fit in, but I was like, yo, you know what? You're right. I wasn't born to fit in. I was born to stand out. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So now I go around different schools, different conferences and things like that, and I'm teaching the younger generation how to go from a follower to a leader. Because that's what happened to me. You know what I'm saying? And from there, I wrote a book called 365 Hip Hop Daily Motivational Quotes. I wrote the book because every time I turn on the radio, I heard a destructive message. They talking about disrespecting women. They talking about getting money, sex, drugs, money, violence, all these different things. And it was destructive to our communities. But the kids I was meeting, they knew every single word to every single song. And they knew all the dance moves and all that. So I'm like,
I need them to know all that, but in a positive way.
So I'm not a rapper. I never wanted to, well, I didn't say never, but I'm not a rapper. So I'm like, how am I going to influence them without having to make records? So I just started quoting the people who they already influenced by. You get what I'm saying?
I like that.
So I quote.
You know what's crazy? I was gonna ask you, like, do you have like a underlying like talent? Do you rap or something because you use music? So I'm like, no, you wanted to be a musician. That's very.
When I was a little kid, you know what I'm saying? I think everybody because when we're young, we don't have many options.
Right.
So you're like, okay, hustle's successful. I turn on the radio, the rapper's successful. I turn on the TV, the ball player's successful. So that's what we think success is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
And because of that, that's how I actually created my youth empowerment show. Because when I was 19 years old, going on 20, that's when I met my mentor. Black dude, multi-millionaire in business. I'd never heard of anything like that before. I see someone that looks like me, that wants to teach me how to make money like him, that's doing it the right way. Like, that was a first for me. But my mind expanded after that. So I'm like, yo, how many other people don't know about different ways to generate income that's going to change your whole family's life? That's legit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we admire the hustle on the street, but, you know, in all actuality, you can only be that dude for 2 years, 3 years maximum. Right. But you might end up dead or in jail for 20, 30, 40, 50
and
years.
That's why we don't create generational wealth.
Miss out on everything.
You know what I'm saying? So even if you make it the kingpin status, how long can you really maintain that lifestyle? You know what I'm saying? So this was the first time I saw someone who was a multi-millionaire, took care of his family, started from the bottom, and he was willing to teach me to do the same. So now I'm just paying it forward.
Yes, I love it.
Yes, I love it.
Bring it out.
Wow, yeah.
So I saw some pages from the book. Yes, and I told you earlier I had like 2. You trying to peek?
Oh, I am. On the low. Yo, on the low, I be nervous when I come to podcasts. I never know what to expect. So I'm like, yo, tell me the questions, yo.
No, that doesn't happen here. We don't tell you the
I can't.
But I had 2, and you thought it was a TLC one, which it wasn't, and I was saying the truth.
Okay.
So one of them was December 4th, one of one.
1 of 1.
And it's a Jay-Z quote.
Yes.
It says, "Remind yourself,
nobody built like you. You design yourself." Oh. Okay.
And that's from A Dream, right? That really kind of stuck with me because I feel like not maybe, but growing up, I feel like as a child, you really don't know. Of course, you always don't know what you want to do. And you're like always looking towards something else to find what you want to do. And I feel like as you grow, you, even being in a relationship or whatever, your friendships, like you got to find yourself first before you're generally happy. And stuff. That's what I learned.
Good.
So that really stuck with me because of that.
Great. Yep.
Like, I grew from like relationships and friendships and stuff, and the people that surround me. So
yeah, you know what?
that really stuck with me.
What's funny with that one is you can scroll through social media and you could feel like you ain't doing enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, my podcast
really,
ain't big enough. My book ain't doing enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing enough in life. You could see people
But
and
look at them.
yo, they're on vacation. They got that's relationship goals and all that other stuff. But they say comparison is the thief of joy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can look at that stuff and deprive yourself of happiness and joy because you think they're living their best life. Man, I know so many people that were in like abusive relationships, so many people that were broke, so many people that were doing all these things that we never know about.
Right.
But on social media, they look like they are living
life.
You know what's crazy? And I've always said, I feel like if I know I don't post my personal problems, I know these people ain't posting their personal problems.
That's a fact.
So it's like, I really don't care what you could show me your best life, but I'm having mine too. But on the low, I'm going through shit too. You know, everybody goes through shit.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm not gonna post the bad shit because people just here to judge. You
know? So when you're down and out, when you're like, yo, I can't make it, you just gotta remind yourself, like, yo, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta motivate yourself. So I always do like daily affirmations and all that stuff. I got a dream board, all that.
I was just going to mention that on each page you have the quote and then you have the affirmation as well, which is really important because it puts that reminder of what you should do as well. So what made you, well, I know you was going into that actually.
So I'm going to give I should.
Come on, drop some jewels.
Give us a little bit.
All right. So I use... Man, I should charge for this. That's what I'm like. All right, I'm going to give it to y'all for free. All right. So whoever actually wants to write a book, right? You find a book that you already like and use that as a blueprint.
A formula.
So I'm chilling. Everyone knows I'm motivational. I was doing daily. I was sending text messages to all my friends, and it just kept blowing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, everyone's like, "Yo, I need that quote, whatever." So people started to know me as the quote guy. So one day, this girl that I was working with gave me a book as a Secret Santa gift, and it was a quote book. And she's like, "Carl, I know you probably got 100 of these and all that." I'm like, "What is this?" It's like, but I used that book. My phone died again. So I used that book as my blueprint for this book. So it was just general quotes or whatever, but it had a quote, a motivational message, and a daily affirmation. I was like, oh, that's good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then I came up with the idea for doing it for hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So whatever book you want to write, whatever story you want to tell, find a blueprint already. So if we're talking about music, that's equivalent to a producer.
I never thought of that.
That's so let's say you want to make a record, right?
For me, like, real quick, I feel like writing a book, I would want to write it in like the most interesting, like the creative way that I know myself to be. You know, like whether it's silly, funny, or whatever you're really good at, adding that to your story.
No,
like
absolutely.
with the truth, but adding your silly and your goofy.
Absolutely. So you need your personality in it, but use a book as a blueprint for the format of it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's equivalent, if you're in music, that's equivalent to a producer saying, hey, here's the beat. Here's the hook. Here's the flow.
And then put your
verse on it. Yeah. Now you go in there and make a hit, but you already had the blueprint laid out for you. Start rapping, right? You already got the blueprint laid out for you. Yeah. So for me, when she gave me this book, I'm like, yo, I'm reading through it. I'm like, yo, I could do this. And then I started thinking of quotes that would go with it. And I started writing out motivational messages to go with the quote. And then I hit them with daily. It was so easy for me after that, but I had the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? So, and I also made it in a bite-sized version because, believe it or not, I don't even like to read. You know what I'm saying? So, bite-sized. No. It's thick. It's massive. She's like, this looking like a full-course meal.
It's a little Sorcerer's Stone.
No, but what I mean by that is every day, you can read it in within a minute.
No, it's true.
So it's equivalent to an Instagram post and a caption.
I like the way you put, like, you set up the quote, who is by, then you set up, like, explaining more in depth of it, and then you give your affirmation, which is dope. Like, okay, relax. You can do this because you're gonna do this, this, and this, and this.
Boom.
Know?
That's exactly how I did it. You know what I'm saying? So I made it for people like me who don't really read that much, but they would scroll through Instagram for an hour.
Right.
No,
You done
really
read
like
text.
scrolling
funny
through
thing.
Instagram, for real.
You done read like 50 pages if you would if you would have sat there. You know what I'm saying? So that's I made it for people like me. So we do a bite-sized version.
And it's
so,
easy to
It's like
swallow.
It's like posting quotes on Instagram. Like,
Right.
you know, there's most motivational pages. Like, yours is kind of like one.
Thank you.
Because you post a lot of quotes. And I'll be like, oh, yeah.
That's good. Like
And
that.
it
Double
was
tap
strategic
that.
because, like you said, I wanted to be relatable to people, to the artists that you listen to. So even when there was Drake on there too, you know, I seen one with Drake, and it's like, oh wow, I remember this in the song,
Right.
and now I can relate it to what I'm going through or
Or
whatever.
sometimes you hear the song, like for songs that I really like, I go on Genius and I see what they saying or whatever. But for some songs, it passes you by. Like, you don't really know they said that. So now when you know in your book, oh, they said that when?
Yeah.
And then I figured out it's in a song. It's like, oh, shit.
Yeah, so for me, like, ever since I was a kid, well, here's the deal. I was always an introvert growing up, but I thought the coolest thing was the rappers. So I would always, like, recite their verses just to be cool or whatever, right? So growing up, whenever I could have a regular conversation, but someone could say something, I'd be like, oh, I got a quote for that.
Yeah.
And I would just start spitting the quote. But now it's funny because I make a living off of that. You know what I'm saying? But
Ironic.
but now when I listen to music, the beat is good and all that stuff, but whenever someone says something motivational in their verse, it always sticks out to me. So I always pick it up.
Or it's a
So
caption.
yeah, or it's a caption. So we could be in a room full of people just vibing, listening to music. And I'm like, oh, you heard what he said?
Right.
And they'll be like, nah, what happened? I'm like, oh,
That's Davies for me.
yeah.
Who is that person for you?
I mean, you just quoted
Who's that
Hov.
rapper?
You just quoted Hov.
Hello.
Jay-Z.
Oh, really?
Jay-Z. Huh?
And
Why
you
we
still,
here?
I was about to
This is why we
say,
here.
Naja is like that. Like in the morning, she sends us motivational
Word.
quotes.
Make that
See?
money, but don't let that money make you.
Faithfully, she
Yes.
sends us
But
quotes.
yesterday she got lazy. She was like, okay, ladies, you
skipped
gotta
the day.
make that money.
Right.
You know the rest.
No, but
like, okay.
but that's how I got my start. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I started like texting a group of like 10 friends. They'd be like, yo, Carl, how'd you know I was going through that? I'm like,
Right.
I
didn't know.
But it
Right.
was for me.
Yeah.
I'm just sharing it with you. But, you know, I started being consistent with sending it to a couple of friends, and more people wanted to know about it. And it went from hundreds to thousands. And now it's like, yo, if I don't send a quote out today,
Yeah.
people are going to be like, yo, where's my quote?
my
dog?
quote? Right.
Dog.
And you need people like
Yeah.
that. You need individuals like that you know, need to remind you or pull the words that you cannot find yourself.
Yep.
And sometimes, you know, it's a little harder when you're going through things to actually stretch and get those words, that little motivation. So even having the book, like you said, and we keep going back to the affirmations because that's the to-do. That's the active, that's the proactive part of it.
And it's crazy because, you know, what I realized, like, yo, life will beat you down.
Hello.
Man. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you're if you're a kid, you're an adult. Like, yo, we get beat down in life. Like you, when you were a kid, I don't know what y'all wanted to be when you grew up, but like, you could say, hey, I wanted to be an astronaut. People be like, no, you can't really do that. And then you just automatically.
And you really start believing it. Like, oh, maybe.
You're probably right.
And then you grow up and you're like, what?
Like, I was
could do
bugging.
more than
Like,
that.
yeah.
Right.
I own the moon or live on the moon if I want.
Right.
So people beat you down your entire life, but that's based on their limitations.
I was
And
just about to
they
say
try to
that.
impose their limitations on you, and then you start to believe that you can't do it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But
because this is so funny.
She
these
loves
these
stuff
are
like,
things that I say.
snap it up.
These are things that I say all the time. You know, like, you cannot be defined by what people tell you.
Word.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because
Word.
this is based off their experiences and what
Right.
they've been through, but they're not you.
Yeah.
So, you know, the great Hov says, I'm different. I can't base what I'm gonna be off of what everybody isn't.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look around and there's no examples of success, that just means you need to be the example.
Right.
I don't care if there's 1,000 people who tried and failed. That means they ain't you and you ain't them.
I'm about to say, you're
know what I'm saying?
in the wrong room.
Yeah. So I was reading this book called The Jewish Phenomenon. Right. It was this Jewish author, and he was writing about the 7 principles of why Jewish people as a whole are so successful financially. Right. And one thing that he said that stood out to me, I was like, yo, this is the opposite of my community. Right. He said, I never lacked an example of success in my family, in my community, or on television.
That's crazy.
Based on him being Jewish.
Right.
So every Jewish person in his family,
he
in his
looked
community,
up to
or on
whatever
television
has been
was
successful.
Successful.
mad successful, right? But what about us?
Right.
we grow up and we're like, yo, everyone in my family's broke. Everyone in my community's poor. And now everything I see on TV is thugs, hoes, and all this other stuff.
Our classic
movies.
movies.
This is what this is what you're conditioned to think. Like, yo, now you're like, yo, I can't make it
Right.
based off of everything that I see. So what if we change that narrative? That's one of the reasons why I started the Youth Empowerment Show, is because, okay, you see plenty of ballers, you see plenty of rappers, you see plenty of hustlers, but let me show you the CEO, let me show you this doctor, let me show you this business owner, let me show you this author, let me show you this person who is behind the scenes in the music industry, not necessarily up front. You know what I'm saying? Because we look on TV and we like, yo, LeBron is getting mad bread. I want to be like LeBron.
Yeah, but there's people behind LeBron that made him, that helped him get there.
Somebody signing his checks.
I was about to say, not even to help him get there, but it's somebody that's signing his checks, somebody that put him, that allowed him to have that opportunity.
It's somebody that owns that team he's on.
So that's it. LeBron makes millions, but the person that owns the team makes billions. How do I get there?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Like, there's more than, Did you ever had like a lowest like point in your life where motivation lift you up from that dark hole?
Absolutely.
Any like specific time that you like probably never forget? Probably changed your life.
I'm trying to see
if you can or
want to
see how deep I want to
go with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I want to share that.
Like, like when you have like a, I don't know.
So let me. I shared.
Maybe like you lose your job or like a breakup or something traumatic that woke you up.
I've experienced all of that. You know what I'm saying? I lived a bunch of life, right? So I want to share with y'all, because I just shared it for the first time ever in life. Not too long ago. I just came from a panel discussion and we shared it for the first time. So I won't get too deep into it, but let's just say that.
Like what
growing up, my father was my hero, right? Okay. So, as men, we make mistakes, and for the first time in my life, I watched my dad make a mistake that jeopardized our entire family. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sitting in a freaking family meeting, and I'm watching my family break apart. You know what I'm saying? And that shit right there, it affected. I got a younger brother and an older sister. It affected us differently. You know what I'm saying? So, at that time, I turned to drinking. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, you know when somebody says, yo, I got to drink my pain away? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I knew it was going to be a heavy conversation. So I told my brother, like, yo, let's go to the liquor store, dog. So the whole family meeting, I'm over here pouring mad drinks, right? And that was a mistake for me, but I'm thankful that I went through that experience. But for that whole time, because my parents raised me in a Christian household, but for several years, I was turning to the bottle instead of the Bible. Right. You know what I'm saying? And what I was doing was trying to forget my troubles, forget what I was going through and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was the old Kanye that said, we drink until the pain's over, but what's worse, the pain or the hangover? You know what I'm saying? So I was trying to forget my troubles and all that, drinking like crazy. And then when I woke up, I had a hangover and still my problems and all that. Yeah.
Right.
So
that's a fact.
Fast forward, I went on a business trip, and I embarrassed myself on this business trip. I drank so much that I was throwing up in front of people. I'm the business leader. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I understand. Like, we went on a business trip out of town, out of state. You know what I'm saying? And everyone's looking to me as leader, and I'm throwing up and all this stuff because I was drinking all night and whatever. So I made a decision right then and there to stop drinking for a whole year. You know what I'm saying? Because the drinking was starting to take over me. You know what I'm saying? And I talked to God. I said, God, this is going to be the most difficult thing I've ever had to do in my life. I need you to be with me. So in those moments where you feel down and out, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what your spiritual beliefs are or anything like that, but you got to count on God, right? So I leaned on him. And that instant, he eliminated my desire to drink. You know what I'm saying? So for that whole year, I didn't drink. And as a reward for that 1 year of drinking or fasting, as some people call it, the idea for the book came into my head. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Right. Like 2 weeks before that 1 year was up, the idea came into my head.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
So good.
Yeah, so I look at that as a reward. So whatever it is that you're going through, whatever you think that you feel has a control over you, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? For some people, for me, it was drinking. You know what I'm saying? Now I know I don't need to drink. I drink because I want to now. You know what I'm saying? But for some people, it could be smoking. For some people, it could be sex. For some people, it could be, doing something destructive. Right. But you don't need that. You know what I mean? So
what are some healthy ways you think it is to get over like your stress or whatever you're overwhelmed with? So like, I know staying busy or working, but you don't. So everybody don't. You gotta eat and you gotta sleep.
So one thing I gotta address to my brothers real quick, in the hood, I could curse here, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yo. Maybe like. It must be the Henny, because I don't. Whenever I go do like professional events and stuff like that, I don't curse and not like that, right?
Be free to speak our mind.
She's like, yo, relax, be comfortable, drink, be So in the hood, we got this philosophy, right? Man, we don't deal with issues. If we're dealing with a breakup, if we're dealing with something crazy that happened to us, the OGs would be like, man, fuck bitches, get money. Like, that's the hood philosophy.
No, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
What are you talking about?
So the philosophy is fuck bitches, get money. You got to break up, man. Fuck that bitch. Right. Let's get this money.
Exactly. No, it's really not like that.
I'm about to say, but us as females, we like that too.
But fuck niggas, get money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So what I'm saying to anyone that's dealing with anything that's relating to heartbreak, being, you know what I'm saying, in a situation that you never wanted to be in. If you are hurting, you should be healing and not dating.
Right.
Take that time to heal, right? Because you need to be
2 years, baby.
So on some real, you got to be happy and whole before you get into something new.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because what happens is if we have that philosophy, man, fuck bitches, get money, you're gonna hurt a lot of good people in the process.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That happens a lot.
It happens all the time.
Say that again for me, please.
If you're not ready to date, if you're still coming from a hurt place, you're gonna hurt a lot of people in the process. They say hurt people hurt people. You know what I'm saying? So and I'm speaking from experience because there's a lot of good women that I've damaged. I take responsibility. I've hurt them in the process because other people hurt me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I didn't handle it right.
Yeah,
I didn't handle it right. And now I met Charlamagne not too long ago. He reposted one of my videos online. I'm hyped about that.
That's
so good. So he reposted one of my videos not too long ago, and then I got a chance to meet him. He's like, "Yo, I remember you." I'm like, "Yeah, you reposted." So his new book, Shook One.
I'm gonna read it.
He's talking about mental health. I didn't know that, right? And he was dealing with anxiety, being in the hood, like niggas getting shot, he's selling drugs and all this other stuff. So he just thought, like there was one particular day he was talking about, he caught a panic attack because he got fired. He was afraid. He didn't know what to do. Like he didn't know what his future was going to look like. So he's like, he had to go to the hospital because he was like, hyperventilating and all this other stuff. And then he thought his anxiety stemmed from him being fired. So he's like, okay, if I get a job, I'll be good.
Right.
But it's a lot deeper than that. His life didn't start to change until he got therapy. And coming from where we're from, niggas don't go to no doctors.
Therapy,
you know what I'm saying? So he's eliminating he's eliminating that stigma that you're crazy if you go to the doctor.
Right.
No, we got some stuff as men and women from where we're from that we need to address before we can move forward. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter if it's a situation with family. It doesn't matter if it's a situation with a relationship or whatever. But a lot of the things that we're dealing with today stems from some type of childhood trauma.
Exactly.
So we got to go back and address that with a professional before we can move on and actually have a healthy and happy relationship. Because we jump from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship. We didn't even heal. We didn't repair nothing. We didn't learn anything. And then we just continue hurting other people. And that's how I was for a very long time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that kind of
You're wrong. I'm just joking.
It kind of like ring a little bell. Like when I hear rappers rap in their songs and they say how a teacher told them this and a teacher told them that. Like, will you feel like that relates to that? Like, I mean, I've never been through a teacher telling me I couldn't do something, but then again, I haven't been to every school.
We're female,
I can't. I
guys
get anything. They get it worse.
So we're so prideful as men. You know what I'm saying? I had a teacher, Mr. Lee. You know what I'm saying?
I know your name.
You remember these things, right? So he was like, "Yo, you're never gonna be in the newspaper unless it's the police blotter."
Oh wow.
I'm like, word, and that's something that I never forget. You know what I'm saying? I was in what 9th or 10th grade when he said this to me. I'm like, dog, like you're a black man.
Right.
You're supposed to be encouraging me as a black man.
He's mad at himself. That's
You know
what I
what I'm
think
saying?
of.
So we remember things like that from our childhood, and as men, we don't let it go. We don't deal with it properly, and stuff like that. It manifests into anger, and if we don't know how to release it right, it might result in us being violent, in us being, you know what I'm saying, like
you continue to
detrimental
share
to our
that negative
communities, you know what I'm
message.
saying? And then if we don't have a positive example of what a man looks like in our household, in our communities, now it's just like on a rampage trying to figure this shit out ourselves. You are 14. How could you figure anything out yourself? You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that stuff that we deal with, it transpires into who we are today. And I want to talk about it while I have a platform. Like, the last several women that I've dated have all come out of abusive relationships. You know what I'm saying? They're dealing with men who have not overcome their issues, you know what I'm saying, with their mother, with their father, with their community, with whatever. You know what I'm saying? And they take it out on them.
Right.
And that shit is not normal. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And it is becoming.
it's becoming a norm.
It's becoming a
You know
norm.
what I'm saying? So we got so
Christelle
many
and that girl.
we got so many issues that we gotta address as a community, as a people, you know, as a
all
whole.
coming to the
You know what I'm
light.
saying? But at the end of the day, you gotta get your mental right, you gotta get your physical right, you gotta get your spiritual right. And, you know, that's the only way you can move forward.
And I love that. If I could just put that out there.
Of course you
I
can.
love that there are individuals who have a platform to influence that push that. Like even with Charlamagne, he put, I go to therapy every Friday. You know what I'm saying?
At 3
Friday, 3 o'clock. You know the time, man. He's talking about so much, yeah.
And he said it so much that is now becoming
A
a norm.
norm, yeah.
So now when I hear
you
Charlamagne,
and share.
exactly, because I hear him say it every day.
You're flawed. Yep.
Like I
He's
said,
like, yo,
I'm
that's why I go to
Friday.
therapy at 3 o'clock on Friday.
And he
Gotta
makes
go.
you want to be confident for
Yep.
the next person to say, I go
Right.
too. You know,
Yeah.
Charlamagne goes, I go. And sometimes it even takes just that someone to have that platform to make you feel like it's okay. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Because
that's a
if
fact.
we're so surrounded by abusive relationships being the norm or things
That's
like
all
that
you're
being the
gonna
norm
know.
or hiding the fact that you need help being the norm, it's
Right.
surprising that people are out there that's like, what? I'm out here doing this. I'm out here, So
Right.
I love that. And even shout outs to you too as well
Thank you.
because you're making it a norm for our community
Yep.
because other communities excuse me that's who that's who's paying these therapists but
Right.
now bringing it to our community making it okay so I really want to shout out to
So
you for that.
appreciate that.
Yep, that's really
I received that.
I wanted to kind of point out I know it's a little old but still relevant. The Colin Kaepernick Nike campaign.
That's my guy. That's my guy. It's my frat brother. Shout out to KSI.
That believe in something even if it means sacrificing everything. And I saw that you had posted it, and
Yeah.
it turned to a huge thing for obvious reasons. But I kind of want to get into when something serious like that turns into a meme. Like, how do you feel about it? Like, do
Yo,
you
people
go
going
along and you funny
crazy.
with it, or you're like, all right, nah, y'all ODing.
I hate it.
It's real life.
I hate it. Because I'm like, yo, bro, you got
like-
he got a message and he's like
making everything funny.
Yo, I saw so many
Yeah.
memes. I saw Bill Cosby
Yeah.
memes after that. I'm like, all that. I'm like, yo, come on, people. Like,
because we're not serious anymore you know
Everything
Yeah.
that you taking away from what it's
the
supposed
message,
to be.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm so thankful for him, his movement. It's my frat brother. I've gotten a chance to connect with him multiple times. You know what I'm saying? He actually reposted me when the whole jerseys were being sold out and all that other stuff. But with that, for him to use a platform and literally sacrifice his
sacrificed everything.
job, his income,
that's how you know
Good job.
high paying. He's like one
Yeah.
man. I tip my hat off to him because 99% of people would never
never
do
do
it.
And there's
Yeah.
people still not doing it,
saying?
which they should,
You know what I'm
and they
saying?
should.
and that's how you
And-
know it's genuine
So
Yeah.
I need y'all to realize, man, how powerful you are, and how powerful we can be if we actually unified, right? And I know you're thinking about your personal life because there's people in the NFL, there's black men in the NFL that come from dirt, right?
They
That
don't
come
wanna
from
go back
nothing.
to
I'm
that
like,
by
yo,
sacrificing.
if I take this knee, dog, I'm not risking
No.
my job that's paying me
Right.
millions of dollars when my mom was over here a year ago not eating, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's hard to do that, but once you're unified and let people know that, yo, we're being mistreated.
It's like Jay-Z
And we
said,
have
like
power.
y'all not what he like said in the song.
he
Basically
say?
something like basically the NFL ain't nothing without like basically if I watch.
Oh
or
yeah,
something,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. He
Sorry
said,
about the NFL, I
I
forgot
said
the
no
line,
to
I'm
the
sorry.
Super Bowl. You
Right.
need me. I don't need you.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
I've seen
That's
saying?
a fact. Like
But that shows you about the conditioning. Like even
Yeah.
the scenario that you just gave, where it was like, okay, my mom, wasn't eating a year ago. I'm not going back there. That's how these corporations keep you.
They lock you in. Yeah.
Because
So-
they
Take
like.
you, the people from the bottom.
That's the right.
So-
bring you to money.
So that
So-
was like, oh well, if you don't do this, I'm cutting your
So
whole.
here's the deal, though, right? We say, oh yeah, but we're gonna boycott, right? I hate pointless boycotts, right? And what I mean by that is, let's break down the Montgomery boycott when we didn't ride the buses, right? It was 366 days that black people did not get on a bus, and that messed up the whole economy in Montgomery. But they had a mission. We're not getting on this bus until you treat us
The way we
equally. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They had a mission, a purpose, an objective for their boycott. We're not doing this until you do this, this, and this.
right.
But nowadays we be like, yo, boycott Pepsi. For what?
Right.
What
What are we doing?
What are we, you know what I'm
getting
saying?
out of this?
Right.
What's the purpose?
Okay, if we want to boycott Pepsi, one, what's the alternative?
What are we getting
and
out of it?
What objective do you want from Pepsi
Right.
specifically? You know what I'm saying?
And how is it helping us as a
You know what I'm saying?
community?
So they be like, yo, we gonna boycott Pepsi. Like, what does that mean,
Right.
dog? You know what I'm saying? So we can't get behind stuff like that without a purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
If we're gonna boycott a bus company, this is why we're boycotting it, and this is what we want as a result. You know what I'm saying? So now we're like, okay, cool. So when Colin got fired and come on, man. This dude is nice. You can't tell me he's not
Likes a
nice
lot of
because he was a
things.
rookie that brought his team to the Super Bowl. You know how many quarterbacks that are playing right now that cannot
Can't
bring their
even
team
do
to the
that.
Super Bowl? Like, yo,
Right.
come on, man. Don't tell me
Yeah.
that he's not nice.
Yeah, and that's
what I'm saying?
that's what we're saying. They were saying so that they wouldn't pick him back
Oh
up.
yeah, he wasn't that good.
Yeah.
No, he's nice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So what I mean is, he got fired, and then I was like, yo, man, we boycotted NFL, and the ratings dropped. But then, NFL tried to make some statements and all this stuff. Now we're like, okay, do we watch NFL now? Do we?
Right.
What's the
Right.
objective? Are we not gonna watch until Colin gets hired again? Like,
Right.
so
They
wanna go
nobody
back.
knows what to
What's
really
going
do.
on?
You know what I'm
Right,
saying? So now it's like, okay, we gonna watch it anyways, whatever. But
Right.
so we're so up in the air with things. But I just wish that whenever we decide, okay, we're gonna boycott this, this, and this, there's an objective
I was
in
about to say
place.
it's a leader,
Okay.
objective, plan.
There's nothing like that in anything that we do.
Yeah.
And that's why we can't get anything that we actually need
We
and
basically
want.
just
Like,
showing
yo,
we're
like,
aware.
what's up?
But I feel like that's what's missing. We're the leader. We're the leaders.
Well,
But
well-
I know we have some. But then again, like you said, there aren't. Like before, they used to unify in the churches. That was their.
That was the thing.
That
yeah.
was a thing. So they'll have meetings in the churches. And
you hit it right
everyone
on
will
the
be
head,
there.
yeah.
But
So back in the 60s, the church was the meeting place where we would lay out our battle plans. We're gonna boycott, we're gonna march, we're gonna do this, and this is what we're gonna do. And then that's where they would meet, and they would go out Sunday afternoon and do whatever the plan was. But we don't go to church like that. We don't have no leaders like that we believe in.
Right.
If there is a black leader that emerges, we're gonna try to assassinate their character. You know what I'm saying? And all this other stuff.
very
and
low
they're,
key,
in,
not
they're in
social.
music, and then they're in music. Well, some people for our generation, they look up to music influencers. So it's
Yeah.
like the music influencers aren't really.
And
so
then-
good right now.
Yeah, and then it's
I
like,
really-
yo, I mean, man, I watched this red carpet interview with Young Thug. That shit pissed me off. You know what
he
I'm
say?
saying? It was when Eric Gardner got killed, and they were like, yo, do you think that rappers should, voice their opinions on different things that's going on? He's like, we ain't worried about that. We getting money. I'm like, what?
Wow.
I'm like, yo, this is when you
This is
got,
your
you know what I'm
chance.
saying?
Right.
So people like that, they drop the ball. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. But yo, we need more influencers in those positions that can help us in the right direction. Because if you got the voice, if you got the eye of millions and millions of people, use that to empower us. You know what I'm saying? Use that to unify us. But there's not enough strong men.
Yeah.
Anymore,
And it's a political game now. Like, it's not just like, I remember I'm saying, I think I forgot who said it. When Common went to the White House, there weren't any cameras or a big, everything on Instagram.
genuine.
You probably didn't even know. I didn't know that at the time that whenever he did go to the White House, but when Kanye goes, because we already see
cameras,
we already see
interviews.
and that's what somebody said. When do you ever see all these cameras inside the Oval Room?
Right.
But it was planned because they knew Kanye was going to put on some type of show and some type of publicity stunt that will have that influence.
Facts.
And they knew that the image that he was going to give off, or the words that he was going to say wasn't going to be what we needed. And
I can't wait till we get the old Kanye back, man. And I don't even know if that's possible at this point. But if you look at the music, if you look at him as a person, unfortunately, after his mom passed, he's never been the same.
Yeah,
He's never recovered from that. You know what I'm saying? His music, his life has never been the same. He got into a really dark space. And I think it's really because he took responsibility for her passing. You know what I'm saying? She died because of complications due to plastic surgeries. And he paid for the doctors. He paid for the plastic surgery. And his mom died anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry. That was
So
nuts.
his mom was his best friend. She's a black woman that got arrested for sit-ins in North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, she was a revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? And she kept him grounded. And after she passed, and he felt guilty of it, he ain't never been the same. You know what I'm saying? And I wish we could get that old Kanye back, but I don't think it's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So he does make a spectacle out of himself and black people as a whole now. And it's unfortunate what he's become, but he was one of the most influential people on the planet. That's why that shit hurts so much right now. You know what I'm saying?
I see people crying, when he's on the radio stations and things like that. So it's like
It hurts now, yeah.
So now we're about to get into, y'all already know, some tea with Tay. This is where the fun stuff coming. Not that we didn't
She was
have fun
ready.
before,
She was
but,
ready.
You know,
Right?
we need all the spice and everything nice. Okay. All right.
So let's start with
Cyber.
Troll of the Week.
Niggas iffy, clicking got stiffy,
Goes to Future.
Future.
And I'm gonna give it to Future.
He was being a little troll.
Yes, Future.
He was
really was coming at Wendy Williams, but wait.
Wendy came at him.
Yes. Wendy started.
Hello.
Wendy started it, but Future really had
her show.
I was that's her job.
Yes, and Future, I feel like he felt a kind of way. He kind of basically said, "Thank God I'm richer than Wendy Williams," thinking he was.
Think
right?
again.
Whoa.
How you be like,
Thinking.
dang.
Fact check. Like,
Like before you put anything on social media, I feel like you should do your research.
That's a
because
fact.
Wendy Williams is actually making double what Future is making. Like
That made it worse. It wasn't even a little bit.
right. His net worth
Not
is
even 31,
30 million.
32.
Right.
60.
60.
His net worth is 30 million, and Wendy Williams' net worth is 60 million.
And I looked that up myself. It's true.
Yeah, but I mean, Future did have a point. He did say, she been in this game 60 years longer, which he dragged it.
It is true,
But she didn't start making that kind of money.
But don't let that be your excuse. Like, now you just wrong.
Right.
So now you want to justify it. No,
You
wasn't saying that a couple minutes ago.
It started off basically because I know you guys know Future is having a new baby with Joe Chavis,
Joey Chavis, yeah.
Oh, Joey Chavis, which is Bow Wow's ex-girlfriend.
Yo,
And he had a baby with Sierra.
I think he got some type of beef with Bow Wow, man.
Yeah.
He got beef with Bow Wow. Oh, what?
No,
what
I
you
mean?
mean? Every woman that he has
Thank you.
impregnated
Thank
has
you.
been from Bow
Thank
Wow.
you.
You know what I'm
Thank
saying? They got a
you.
beef. They got a beef.
But what would be the beef?
I feel
I don't
like
know.
Stop. I mean, why they? But then I heard
They
they
had the
stay in the
same
same
page.
circle.
Come on, ladies.
No,
no,
man.
but like
he don't like Bow Wow, and Bow Wow don't like him.
Right.
They've never spoken on it, but like, yo.
So you think it's out of
what could
spite?
it be?
Every one of my baby moms,
exactly.
every one of my exes,
Maybe
you
a
gonna
deal
holla
or
at? Come on,
something.
man.
Maybe he took a
Come
deal.
Maybe
on,
they
man.
like the same type of women.
No,
I don't
man.
know.
They're both in Atlanta.
Y'all really
They
is
both
deep
dealing the
into
same
that.
women. There's an issue there,
It's
man.
deeper than that?
Absolutely. And Future doing this out of spite, man.
Yeah.
What does Bow Wow and Future have in common? Like,
No, the women.
All the women.
The
I
women.
can't even see them bumping heads into each other. In
No,
like a
but
studio
Bow
or
Wow
nothing
said
like
it.
that.
Bow Wow said it. You know, he got the growing up in Atlanta hip hop Hollywood thing.
yeah.
So he speaks a
Growing up
lot
hip-hop.
about that show. And he pretty much said, like, out of all the rappers in here, like, I have the baddest hit list. Like, Sierra, Erica Mena, Joe Chavez, the new girl, what's her name? Kimani.
The
Like,
model.
he has a lot of good-looking females
They
that
are
he's dated.
pretty, but they're not the bad.
I didn't know about the Joe Chavez girl.
They are
That's
pretty.
his baby
They are
mother.
all
I'm saying I didn't know
pretty.
about her until he brought her on one of his shows.
Really?
Bow Wow's been in the game since he was like a teenager. Like
Yeah.
9, 10,
They're all
11,
really
12
pretty,
years
but I don't
old.
think he takes the crown on got the baddest bitches.
I'm about to say, well, who would you think?
But you-
Because Bow Wow
that got the
definitely
baddest
bagged
Fetty
some
Wap.
bag.
He got bad baby moms.
But you
They
gotta
all
remember,
real
we
pretty.
don't know
Yeah.
all of the females that all of these
Exactly.
rappers are talking to.
Right.
It's just the
Whereas
one that.
Bow Wow is dating people who are actually famous as well. So
Yeah.
that's why he stands out. Whereas, like you said, Fetty Wap, Alexis Sky, I feel like she came about after dealing with.
I don't even think that's Fetty Wap baby, to be honest.
Oh, God.
Alexis
I
Sky's
really
a
think that's
baddie, though.
Lucci's baby. I really, genuinely believe
How you
that.
be like, we don't want no beef, Sky?
I'm not nobody doctor or nothing, but she don't look nothing like Fetty Wap. And what's her name?
Masika.
No, that Alexis.
Okay.
Looks like his other baby moms. So it's like they all look alike. So I
Right.
expect the babies to somewhat.
They
They all do
similar.
already kind of look alike, but that baby don't look like him.
I know, but that baby did have complications, so that could also be why.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Sister's like, yeah, I'm not with it.
What else we got on that paper?
Yeah.
Right, she was just taking those all day. You see my little
Just did homework earlier.
Right. Yeah, I did my homework a little late. Yeah. Basically, Wendy Williams was talking about how she was basically labeling the baby mamas as numbers. Like, oh, number 3. Future was with number 3, but now he's done with number 3 and he's back with
there's a
number
video.
5. Yeah. Future, I guess, wasn't with that, and he came at Wendy Williams, and the facts came out that she does have more money, and basically, I feel like she should be able to talk. She has a whole show.
But there was another comment he came right after. I forgot what he said.
He said that's caps plus she's 60 years older than me.
But there was something. It was something else he said.
I mean, what do you want to do?
It is
I'm
on
supposed
the
to keep
Instagram.
count of who I'm speaking
Right,
about.
right,
I would have did the same thing.
right.
Number 1, he left number 1 for number 4.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Wendy Williams,
She had the whole stick. Like,
3, and then he
Right.
stay together, class. Stay together, class. Are you following me? Okay, follow me.
And she wasn't wrong with it. I felt like she was doing her job. Like, just think about all the times we come up here. Exactly. She was stating facts.
Everybody knows that's her.
Right.
Like, she is
She stated
She
facts.
is
She
Wendy
did nothing.
Williams. Like,
It was shade, but it wasn't wrong shade.
Right. It was
Right.
facts. It was
Yo,
shade, but it was
so
facts.
is it shade when it's the truth, though?
I don't
That's
think
the
so.
question that we need to ask. Is it shade?
that
when
is
it's
true.
the
It
but
was
is
the
it
truth,
shade when it's
though.
coming from her? It's Wendy Williams. Like, come on.
But she's telling.
Are
she
you really
said-
that offended?
She said, "Guys, keep up."
Are you with me?
No, she said, "Guys, keep up." Number 4, he left number 4 for number 1. Number 1, yep, no, she's not the baby mom. This is the one that he cheated. You know, he was just
yeah, for real. But she wasn't
That's
being
funny.
shady at
That is
all.
funny.
You know, you gotta keep count.
Right. She was
Nah,
just
but she
speaking
is funny
facts.
though. I love her though.
I love her.
I can't.
Rumor on the street is 6ix9ine is dropping an album November 23rd.
I know. I'm actually excited.
I'm
Oddly.
excited too.
I'm actually.
This is his first album?
I
had
say,
to give it to him.
He made
Bro
good
is
music.
Billboard.
He made good music.
but singles. It's different.
Yeah,
a
true.
single album is an album. and a single
I
is
get it the
different.
way you're seeing it.
Okay.
But come
No,
on, you gotta give
But
it to the king.
Imagine
no,
if
he
all
is.
your songs on your album
On
are
singles.
Billboard
Yeah.
singles.
Yeah.
Like, that's
It's
big.
singles,
Yeah,
That's big.
singles.
Right.
It's one here, one there.
Right,
Not
right.
all of them, you know.
So you think if he
But
drop
that
it all at
song-
once, everything is gonna go on the billboards?
Well,
no.
I was about
might
to say
all
he
pop.
did.
I think
It
he's
might
strategic.
all.
strategic when he
is
does
very
that.
strategic
That
because
song with Tory Lanez.
I was about to
Yeah.
say that he's
Fire,
smart.
flames,
Never
fire,
heard it.
fire,
He's
fire,
smart.
fire. They put out snippets on Hot 97.
So
Everybody
you think
loves
that
it.
you could listen to an
Fire,
album like
fire,
10
fire.
songs
Nah,
back
I
to back
can't-
on
I
it?
No,
can't listen to
absolutely
it. No,
not.
no, no.
Not if I'm not
So
in the
it'll be
club.
better as a single, as
Yep.
dropping as
I
singles.
feel like
Right.
he should just drop the single with Tory Lanez.
Because the album,
But I feel like 6ix9ine been out for a good amount of time now, which is why he feels like he needs to drop an album.
Well,
They
It's just-
just
that was
the
the
video
incident.
recently. I know this is way off, but
What?
the bottle girl that was like being accused of one of the girls that was accused of being with Offset. She was in a video
the
with
Gigi.
6ix9ine. Yeah, they was
wow.
all dancing on 6ix9ine and stuff. Yeah, Scott Storch was there and everything. But
Wow.
they look like, I'm sorry, but honey, I be rooting for girls all the time, but they
Right.
look like total birds.
Damn.
Dancing on
Well,
him.
I'm
Y'all
about
know
to
he
say
got a
they do look like
girlfriend,
they coming out for a come up because they came at Cardi. You know, I'm a Cardi fan.
and Nicki posted them and
Her.
everything.
Right. But
Yeah,
so
they-
6ix9ine basically spoke about who he was dropping. Well, he didn't really get specific, but he said, you know, Nicki Minaj, A Boogie, Little Baby, Tory Lanez, Gunna, Bobby Shmurda, Kanye West will all be on the album. But it was a post and delete. He posted it, he took it down. To get into some more tea, I know you guys know about Bad Barbie, the 15-year-old who got famous on Dr. Phil. Iggy tried to throw shade and basically said, like, who would show up to her concert, and
Oh, I
Bad
saw
Barbie
that.
put Iggy in her place. Basically, like, you know,
But it's that
you've been
true.
rapping for
Yeah,
rapping for
it's
longer
that
than
true.
me, and
So
I'm
come out to
selling
the
out.
show. I'ma show you what a sold-out show look like.
Right, my
It's
show is
true,
sold
though.
out, and honestly, when was the last time you guys heard of Iggy having a
Iggy's
show?
voice is annoying to me. Like,
I don't know.
Her voice is
I
annoying.
remember a song dropped when I was in college.
See, that was a while ago.
Man.
and sis says she's still
was it
making money. I
Fancy
want
or
to know
something like that?
how.
It starts with an F.
I don't know.
that was a
really
big hit.
Her
That was
big
the
hit.
biggest hit.
After that, I haven't really heard anything.
So yeah, she caught herself throwing shade at Bad Barbie, and Bad Barbie demolished
like,
her.
Come to the show.
I know you guys are familiar with 6ix9ine, Kanye West, and Nicki Minaj having a video shoot.
Oh yeah, but Nicki
And it
didn't
got
make
shot
it. Thank
up.
God.
Yes, because her room out of all rooms was
She's
the
always
only room
late.
to get a bullet.
Thank God she's always
Oh,
late.
word?
Cause what would I do without my queen?
How you be
You
like?
need to get her in
that
check.
over there.
Oh God.
How you be like? Keep the Barb stuff over
Yeah,
there.
get it in check. She's been on a roll.
Yeah, so 6ix9ine was
her.
supposed to be in the room that Nicki Minaj was staying in, and Nicki Minaj was late. 6ix9ine
always.
changed his room last minute, and there were 8 shots fired out of all 8 shots.
So wait. He changed his room from the room Nicki was supposed to be in.
Yes.
So it's somebody that knew that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Somebody knew that, or he knew that someone was after him. But my thing is, what
And
made
it
you
feels like
think-
he always knows
Why'd you put
that
Nicki
because
Minaj
the car
in that?
situation. When he got dragged out and
Exactly.
robbed.
Exactly.
I feel like he knew that.
And he probably knew Nicki Minaj
He
was
probably-
showing up. He
But
probably told
I
her
was
to-
about to say, Cardi B said that, you know, people send death threats. So maybe people actually were sending death threats to him, which is what made him say, you know what?
But
let
why?
me change
He's
my
like
room.
a Nicki.
But
like,
why
he's
would
like,
you put Nicki in that
you know?
room then?
Exactly.
Right.
But it's 6ix9ine. Dude, honestly, do you guys think that he's going to say, let me keep myself in there, or let me put someone else in there and just move out?
I think that's why Nicki didn't show up. I think
Yeah.
he told her
Uh-huh.
she didn't show up.
So that room was the only room that got hit. The only room that got hit. And that was
crazy.
supposed to be 6ix9ine's room, but it ended up being Nicki Minaj's room. And she was the only one that was not there. Kanye and 6ix9ine was there. YG caught himself laughing about it.
I saw that too.
And we already know YG.
Worry about your Uber
Exactly.
lawsuit. What is
Uber
happening
lawsuit?
with that?
What's
What's
going
the
on?
lawsuit? Yeah.
I don't know what YG did, but everybody know YG as really being about that life. So I'm sure the Uber driver probably got crazy with him, and knowing YG, he handled the situation. And now, like, that's a lawsuit that he's dealing with.
But guys, we
Um,
on live, so if you see us moving around and stuff, we just
Yeah,
looking for
sorry.
y'all question and comments. So comment online.
PNB and Asian Doll, they're not a thing, but they're
saw that too.
dating. Yeah, why you say ill?
They
Why do
look
you say
cute
ill?
together.
I want to know why.
They don't look cute together.
Why?
Because he's
I
not
wanna
cute.
know why.
And she's okay.
He's not. PNB PNB not cute to you?
I don't
PNB
think he's
is not
cute.
cute. He looks like a walking stick.
I don't think he's cute.
How you be
He
like,
is
well,
not
then maybe
cute.
him and Mela belong together because he used to talk to
No, for real.
Mela,
He did?
A Boogie's sister. Yeah,
They really should be together.
They
then.
really
for
used to
real.
talk.
I didn't
He
even
looks
know
like
Boogie
the
had a
Plank from
sister.
that show. What
No,
is that
I
Plank
mean,
with the
Ella,
smiley
A
face?
Boogie's baby
That
mama,
old
sister.
show.
Yeah,
It was in Recess. What's that old show?
yeah.
But
But
the Plank that I'm talking about?
No, I
with
don't.
the smiley face? No,
Oh, I
for
know
real.
you. Ed and Eddie.
Yes.
wow, that's OD. Yo, you
Let me-
violated.
Sorry.
Yes, Ed and Eddie.
I was about to say, but now thinking back, don't you guys think that maybe that's why Ella and her sister Mela was beefing with Aaliyah J? Because Mela was also fucking with PNB?
Mela was talking to
I
some
don't know.
other boy that talked to Cuban Doll that they
I
were
heard
beefing
that
with
too.
about-
I heard that
It's
too.
like, girl, y'all can't find no other boys in this universe. It's not a whole trillion other niggas.
That's
Like,
a fact.
Y'all gotta all have the same one. Like, why?
I feel like
There's so
they
many people. I couldn't even keep up just now. Just when you guys were just naming them.
Well, it's one girl, Mela.
know.
Mela pretty much.
That's her
is
sister.
Ella's
And
sister.
Cuban
Ella
is
and
her
Mela
friend.
and Umbrella. What's going on?
Ella,
And
and
Cuban is her friend. It's like,
how you be like, and the last
That's
tea for the
awkward.
day is. So, I went, how you be like, let me bring this back to me a little bit. I went to one strip club, and my first strip club was
I'm about to
King of
cry.
Diamonds.
I didn't-
And it's so
I
sad
didn't even
that
get there
it's
yet.
getting shut down
Yeah.
because they couldn't pay their mortgage and stuff.
That don't
But
make
my
no
thing-
sense.
Exactly. A strip club that's making so much money, but
They would be
my
greedy.
thing is,
Yeah.
my thing is the, were they being greedy? Were they being greedy, or were the strippers making all the money?
Yeah, but
They were
They
being
still pay
greedy.
house
I was
I'm
fees.
about
sure
to
that
say,
bar makes money.
they
Over
definitely
$400,000 shut down because they owe over $400,000.
and they've been in business for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's not. It's one of the
KOD's,
hot
that's the one
spots.
in-
And it's
in
not
Miami,
like
right?
Yeah,
regular
Miami.
people spending money. It's
It's
celebrities.
exactly.
Go
Celebrities go
out.
out
Good
there,
amount
so-
of celebrities
Right.
going there and spending
So
money.
the thing about it though, like, even though your business might be making money, the person who runs the business might not know how to manage the money.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So he could be
So-
purchasing different things, investing in different things, and just not.
Flop it.
You know what I'm saying? Or might owe different people. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And that's what I
and
see
just
it
not
as.
be
And
able
put
That's
to
what I see it
maintain
as.
bills. So you know, a lot of times we don't know how to handle our personal finances.
So imagine.
But yeah, so imagine
Right.
what it's like being in business and handling
Right.
all these other things and all these other variables and all this other stuff. So
Right.
it could be a lot of that.
Everyone,
Sure, never
say goodbye to KOD and
I never even.
I'm about to be like, how you be like,
go? How you be like,
fun?
God was sending me a message in Miami, like, go.
I told y'all.
$130. I would not.
No, how you be like,
That's
it
the
was
entrance
worth
fee?
it?
That's the entrance
It
fee?
was worth it. I love the
Like,
strip clubs after that. I even
130
follow one of the models, the strippers on Instagram.
And
Shorty Red. Yes, I am. Following Shorty
Shout out to
Red.
Shorty Red.
Shout out to Shorty Red. I went to KLD and I fucked with you, so I started following you on the gram. Yes.
I can't.
And I didn't get to go.
Aw. And
I
that
didn't go
is
either.
it. With
At least I've been
Tea
to
with
like
Tay.
Angels. What's still open? Lust.
I know.
How you be like, we don't want to talk about
All of
angels.
them are
We
really
don't want
close.
to talk
Another
about
one that
angels.
closed here. Which one was it?
Started
Starlet.
S.
Starlet.
It didn't
It's
close.
Sin
It's
City.
still open.
Starlet.
Sin City, I think.
Starlet is still open.
It's still open. They back
Sin
up.
City is closed. Sue's is closed.
Sue's is closed?
Yeah.
Whoa.
They closed
Sue's and Sin City.
Yes, they closed soon.
Not that I know anything about it, but whoa.
But you know the name.
Yeah.
Whoa. That's
Oh, you
major.
was being sarcastic?
I'm just saying. I don't know anything about that.
Okay. Heard you.
Nah, I used to be a strip club connoisseur, but I just stopped that.
Oh.
Okay, heard you.
They don't believe me though.
I actually
let's-
heard somebody did it. Somebody said is going to the strip club. Like, say if you're in a relationship, is going to the strip club cheating.
No.
No, absolutely not.
Because the girls ain't
Cheating is
even,
cheating.
some of them ain't even that bad. Like,
So is cheating if they're bad?
Wait,
No,
wait. So
but
what do you
like-
mean by that? Cheating is cheating. So the strip club is considered cheating, or it's
No,
not?
what I mean is cheating is cheating. If I'm physically involved
Yeah.
with you, that's a cheat. You know what I'm
physically
saying?
involved,
Because you know,
like
people
how?
nowadays
Like,
people
you
try
just,
try to really
now if you
change
leave
up the-
with her,
That's what I mean.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
But
Cheating
I
is
feel
cheating.
like cheating is not only physical.
So cheating could be mental.
Okay.
Cheating could be emotional. Cheating could be physical. It depends on what you call
What
it.
you call it.
But men, when we talk about cheating, we're talking about physical, Did we have sex?
Right.
Did we have head? Did something go on that is
females
physical?
are the one okay,
like,
you mentally get
yeah.
connected.
So you really truly believe that like guys don't really care if they cheat. Like when they cheat, it's not because they care about her. It's more or less because they're lacking something. And then women cheat because they really care about the person.
It depends on the situation. Like I can't generally blanket. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, when men cheat, it's strictly physical. I want variety. I want something different. I want to be with this woman that I desire. You know what I'm saying?
But I love her.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I love her, but I like her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Oh, she look right. I'm
One
gonna go over here. You know what I'm saying?
time.
But for women, it's like, no, I have an emotional connection with this person. I feel him. He's doing for me more than my man does. I'm not getting attention from my man. This is what I want.
And sometimes I would like to say this and tell your friends and all the guys you know. Sometimes girls only want attention. That shit is free. Like,
Right, that's
Sometimes
not
they want
bad.
attention.
That be like,
it's free. I don't want a Chanel bag. I want your attention.
So-
What's up?
Right,
Like,
right,
if,
hello.
You know, if your woman is not getting attention from you, some other man is gonna give her that attention. You know what I'm saying? So if you think she's bad, if you think she's beautiful, or if you did when you
best
first
believe
got
there's
her,
somebody else that thinks
that
the
didn't
same
stop.
thing.
You know what I'm saying? That didn't stop. Yo, there's still men in her DM. There's still men in her text messages. There's still men trying to holler when she goes to the grocery store without your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
All this stuff that happens. Like, yeah, she's like, yeah. I still get hollered at. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, the attention doesn't stop from them, but she wants it from you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
right.
And if you're not giving it to her consistently, yo, best believe there's gonna be somebody that creeps up in there. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, yeah, you better
get right.
Give it to your
Okay.
woman. You know what I'm saying?
Attention, it's free.
Hello.
Right.
FREE.
Mhm.
Free. Okay.
Right, facts.
All right, we're gonna get into the game you probably been dreading.
Yo.
The game you probably
I'm
think
just
is
tryna
gonna get you
chill
in
tonight.
trouble. Okay.
So don't get me caught up.
All right, so you ready?
I'm not.
Well, it doesn't even matter
All
because
right.
you gotta get through it anyway.
I know, we
Shoot.
waiting.
Smash, block, DM.
Why
Okay.
we gotta do this?
Keeping the social game. Okay. Smash, block, DM. All right. So, ladies.
Can I just
All
like
right, so we have-
not answer and just drink?
No,
love
you're
her
gonna
so
answer.
much.
Oh, you
Smash,
gotta
block, DM.
answer.
No, I said I love Karen so much.
Karen
like,
Civil
Oh,
Joey
yeah.
Chavez.
Ooh.
and Malaysia from Basketball Wives. Malaysia. Well, her name is not.
Why you be like, they all kind of favor?
You like,
Really?
All right. So what's
And
the
that
names
picture?
again? I just know Karen.
So this is
I
Karen Civil.
just know that. I love her.
Karen Civil, Joey
You
Chavez.
gonna do it on the titties?
Joey
You gonna do it on the titties? Come on, bro.
I like Malaysia.
I
She
can't.
fire.
All right. So what's the names
Malaysia
again?
fire. Smash, block, DM.
Smash,
Block, DM. I would say just do your block first, get it over with.
I don't know the other two. I just know Karen.
That's
you
Bow
know
Wow
what?
Baby
Mar-
Mom.
This is
Oh.
Future's
Bow Wow and
latest baby
Future.
mom. This
Oh
is
my
the one
goodness.
Wendy was talking about.
Okay.
And
So
the
this
last
is
one's the
Joey
basketball
Chavez,
one.
and this is Malaysia from Basketball Wives. She was married to somebody Pargo.
Okay. Summer Block. Everybody's baby moms.
All right.
Chavez.
Future's
That's
baby
what
mom.
I'm gonna block her. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? They got enough that they need to take care of over
Okay.
there. I'm gonna DM
That's
her.
a good reason.
And Karen
DM.
Civil, what's up, baby?
You're gonna smash.
You gonna
Absolutely.
You gotta DM Karen.
So that's
Cause you want
DM is
bills
more
with Karen?
serious. DM.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
DM
okay.
is not more serious.
It could
When
go.
people be in the DM, you are not giving them no attention.
You can start a relationship over DM.
You can't just smash Karen and leave.
Hold on.
Put it
What
down.
the smash could lead to the relationship, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
You know what I'm
this one
saying?
now, come on.
I know
You can't just smash Karen. Karen is a business woman. Karen is a business
Some of them
woman,
lead to
right?
Yeah, but the DM, like, come on, just think about people in your DM. You be like,
Yeah, you just scroll.
scroll,
like,
exactly.
All right, but
Scroll.
just smash.
Smash.
But
you
they
have to
didn't-
get to the DM first.
She didn't give an option for
to them.
Mary or none of that
Right.
stuff. You know what I'm
You
saying?
can't just
Cause
smash
this is
Karen.
our own game.
That-
He
I'm
gonna
saying.
smash Karen and then marry Karen.
Sure.
I'm a smash
What's
and
a
try to
bill with
wife
Karen?
it. I'm a smash and try to wife it.
And
You know what I'm
if Karen
saying?
let him smash, hello, we
Hello?
already got one going.
That's a
I'm
fact. 'Cause
saying.
you know.
I'm saying.
She might,
Okay.
you might just turn just her to a toy boy.
I'm saying,
A boy toy. There you go.
but
Toy boy.
it's a better shot of going from a smash to a relationship than a DM to a relationship.
That's a fact.
You think so?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm kind of like,
How many DMs?
you don't even get to smash if I don't even.
How many DMs have you made your relationship?
None.
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
How
None.
many times have
None.
you smashed without even,
The person you smash is your baby father now.
Hey!
On the belly.
Like zooming on the belly.
But before he got to
Hey,
smash,
what's up, kid?
we were conversing
But-
for 8 months.
Right, but it
Oh,
wasn't
okay.
a
So you have to
DM.
get to know the person before you start to
But it wasn't a DM.
So you
Hold
straight to
on.
smashing.
Can I get something personal?
But it
real
wasn't
quick?
a DM.
But if you
How long
smash, you let
after
them-
he smashed it did you get into a relationship?
How long after we was in a relationship before he smashed?
Exactly.
He was a virginity. That's what I'm trying to say.
Hey, oh, word.
Baby daddy.
Oh, take a look.
It's a long time coming, all right? It's a long time coming.
No, but seriously,
15,
like
right?
I feel like it's a lot more before smashing than there is before a DM.
All right, all I'm trying to say is don't play my girl Karen.
No, Karen is official.
Karen is official. I
She's
love
official.
I'm out there.
So there was no option to marry.
All right. So
We
we don't put that out
So-
there.
This is
So-
our own game we got going here.
So
If that were an option, it would
I'm
have been Karen.
a smash in hopes to marry.
just letting y'all know.
Alright.
Good.
That sounds good.
Sounds better.
Okay. All right.
All my
So,
Christian followers, I didn't mean that.
You know, we always do social highlight, big thing that happens in the universe, and we go into the tea with Tay, the fun stuff that happens on social media, but we're not gonna leave y'all without the news.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Level up.
Well, for
level
this
up,
week,
level up, level up.
for this week, I have a little short. I'm gonna just give a little more updates on some apps and stuff that some of our business owners and entrepreneurs could use. But I do something that I did notice. I wanted to actually give a shout out to Gabrielle and Dwayne.
Yes.
On having, because that was a long time. If you was
Wait,
reading
wait,
her book
wait.
and
So were they being funny about the pregnancy thing? Like,
No.
she had a surrogate, but she was in the gown.
you have to have skin-to-skin contact with the babies. So that's why it's important. And I know when you have a surrogate, it's very important
I know,
that to still give the mom a little bit of that.
first time.
Yeah, that experience. So I know I was watching a show that had something to do with that. So as soon as the surrogate, has the baby, they normally give it straight to the mom. Sometimes they even have, I'm sorry that I'm elaborating on this. Sometimes they even have the moms like right next to like and actually try to push with them so they can experience the actual the act of having a delivery. Yeah.
I mean, I think of them as like a silly, funny couple, so I thought it was like a thing.
No,
like,
a lot of people thought that they were like, why is he taking his shirt off?
Yeah, people
It's
was
a skin-to-skin
being-
contact. So actually when the babies come out, they want the parents to immediately have the baby with skin-to-skin contact. So that's what they were doing, and I'm so happy for her because she's been really she
was
had
struggling.
Did
she
y'all
had
know?
8 to
'Cause
9.
I didn't know
miss-
until now.
Yes, I was watching. I like her. I love her. So I was watching. She was doing a little press run for her book, and she had went on and she was explaining the fact that she had in her book as well that she had like 8 to 9 miscarriages.
Damn.
So she
knew
and
that.
she was going, especially when you get married. It's like, damn, I
You
really want
wanna
to
give him
have
this.
Right, I
Yeah,
wanna
and he
give
already
him
had-
this.
and
Right.
he already has kids, and this is something that as a woman you want to experience. So
Right.
I really felt for her about, especially having 8 to 9 miscarriages. At that point, you're just
That's
like
8 to 9 kids you could have had.
right. And then
Right.
she said at some point my body was held a prisoner because I was just trying to get pregnant so much that my body just
so
was
sad.
I was just trying everything. So I'm so happy for her that they went this
Me
route.
too. When I
Right.
saw it, I was like,
Yes.
I didn't
Me
even
too.
know.
I
And
was
then when
so
you actually
happy.
know what she was going through, and she had went through a lot through her life,
like that's literally her
sexual
baby.
harassment
Like,
and everything like that. So she's really, really strong, and I really, really give it up to. So I'm just so happy that they
Me
able to
too,
do that.
and I
happen.
didn't even know
that's
So
that.
they welcomed
good.
the baby girl on November 7th. So I want to shout out to them, and I know she's like
Big
really,
ups, them.
she's like inspiring a whole bunch of
Yeah.
other women. So I know that is
Right.
so dope.
That's serious.
I had that, and I actually wanted to give a shout out to the midterm election that just happened because I know that it was a lot, and
Everybody.
I wish I had my list so that I could actually name all of the first, because there was a lot of
artists,
first
the big
women,
people,
black women. There was a Arabic woman that actually Muslim woman that actually was able to be in a part of Congress as well. So I'm so mad that I don't have my list that I can name them out.
So I just want to shout out Johanna Hayes out of Connecticut. She became the U.S. representative, so appreciate
Okay.
See,
that.
and it's
Shout
so
out for
dope
first
because a lot of
like a
women.
youngest one.
Yes.
There was like the 12 judges. I don't know if it's 12, but it was a whole bunch of them that got elected.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I love that at least, we made that change happen. And it's something that hasn't happened.
Everybody learned
from
from
a lot of,
mistakes.
and then I tooted up to Obama too, because he put in that step, that push that made you feel like, you know what, if he can do it, I
he's
can do
acting
it.
like he's still the president. Like,
And as he should, because we need
appreciate
that. We need that. So I wanted to give a shout out to that. So we will actually post it on the page of the names and things like that. Just to give it a good shout out to them. So shout out to that, and shout out to you guys that voted. For my next one, it's going to be just the apps for some business owners and entrepreneurs. A lot of us, we struggle with consistency, and we struggle with posting things and things like that. So Hootsuite is a really, really dope for that. Like,
What's it called?
Hootsuite. It's
How you spell it?
HOOT.
I feel like I need that.
SUITE.
So does it remind you?
Yes, I'm going to tell you right now. So you can actually put up, I believe, to like 10 different social accounts. So your
Before
Twitter.
you go on, spell it again.
That's HOOTSUITE.com.
Okay.
So they have an app. You can go online. You can actually have your whole team on there. Yeah, with Owl. You can actually have your whole team on there. So if you have a team, you can come on. You can actually edit things and put it on. You can actually fill out a whole month's work.
Yeah.
So if you want to post things on social media, you want to post things on, your Twitter account.
How you be like, downloaded?
Right, how you be like,
you wanna
you're hired.
If you want to post things like on your Instagram, Twitter, or anything like that, you can actually post it. You can set it up in advance.
Downloaded it.
And you can set it up for the time, the day, if you want to have someone to come on and edit it. And if not, you can do that. There's also a free, or you can do a charge. So it depends on the type of subscription that you want. So if you want, a broader.
Oh, wait, so there's a free one, right?
There's a free one. There's a free one, like the basic. But if you want to do 10 accounts, the full accounts, or, just open up to certain things that you can and cannot do, you can. I think I paid like $29.99 at one point, but I brought it back down. But
Is it a month or it's just one payment?
It's a month. But if you want to do that, but if it is also free. So you can use the basic one, and you can still do the scheduling. You can still do the month thing, but it's really good for time management, because a lot of up and coming business owners, that's something that's really important.
Right.
So time management and consistency. So I think that would be really, really dope for people to use. And another website that I use, Wix.com. People compare it a lot. Wix.com. Wix.com. That's for your websites. So it's so easy. They have templates that are created however you can customize it the way that you want to customize it. Just to add that touch that you need. That one, it is free. It is a free option, but you can purchase it. I pay $7 a month.
You need to upgrade on
that.
that.
I was just about to elaborate. But then you can do the basic one. However, just to open up to all of the things that they do offer, because they offer a lot of things.
So this is just to create the stuff for your business?
No, it's a website. So you can create your own website. Yes, you can create your own website. You can customize and things, but to tap into all of the things that they offer, it's best to just upgrade to the next. They have different types of options that they offer, but it's best to just get your full amount, because they offer a lot of different things. They offer a lot of different tools for your page. They help you out with your email account. You can also get your own domain on there. So, because back in the day, I believe with GoDaddy and things like that, you had to go to different like third parties just to get your stuff on there. So it's really modernized, and it's really easy to
So what makes this different from those other websites you kind of buy a domain from and all that?
That's what I said. A lot of time before, it's like more of a third party kind of option thing. I know with GoDaddy, I looked through it, but it wasn't as easy. And that would be the main, like, oh my gosh, it's easy to
operate.
Operate. There you go. I'm like losing my words, but it's really easy, and it's accessible, and it's affordable, and they have a lot of options available, and they make it more modernized. So it's not just like how it looked old or things like that, because a lot of the old websites, they're just plain, but this one, it pops out to you, and you can customize it yourself, so there are some templates that are, made for it, and they'll have like different sections. If it's in fashion, music, or photography, modeling, they have those different templates already created for you that matches that look. that you give. So I just think it was really, really dope. Those are two websites that I actually do use. So I've had Wix, I believe, like 2 years now, and you can update it, change it, and you really get a little tackle into being a designer or editor and actually having that managerial type of hat on when you have that. So I just wanted to get that out. So not long today, but I think I gave a lot of good information for you guys.
Very informative.
I'm going inside.
It's really good.
I want to try with y'all.
Because what you can do is you can try, like, say you have like a weekend that's your business weekend. Yeah. You hold that weekend and map out your whole month. Just even if it's events, it's anything.
And you can chat on there.
I'm not sure because I haven't done it.
It sounds like more like the Gmail thing. You know how when you share a document?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, because on Google, you can't really post directly on your social media pages.
Okay, yeah.
So on Hootsuite, it, like say for the whole month, you do your updates and your posts. Mm-hmm. You can do it today and post it and have it scheduled for on the 20th. Or for Christmas. You don't have to be on Christmas Day posting. And I know you do that a lot, so that would be good for you. And as I'm saying, on a nice Sunday, have a nice little glass of wine and sit down and, plan out your whole month.
Like the week ahead, you can just do the whole week's worth.
Mm-hmm.
That's fire.
Yeah. So, and then you can have multiple people on it. It's up to you. So,
okay.
Wow,
I think that's dope.
That's fire.
Yes,
sweet. Okay.
Yes.
That's fire.
That's fun. I'm always here for my little business owners and the entrepreneurs.
We got y'all back.
Right.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna do rapper song of the week, and I'm gonna let you introduce the song because you sent the song.
Oh, so it's on me.
So
back to you.
All right.
So introduce the song.
So I hooked up with a producer by the name of Billionaire Beats. I'm not a rapper. I'm not a poet or anything like that.
I was just going to say that. Yeah. I was like, that's how I kind of maybe he wanted to rap. I don't know.
No. I'm not a rapper. I'm not a poet. But what I've done is given my motivational messages over some really hot hip hop beats. So this one that I want to introduce to y'all is called The High Jump. And it's for any woman who has experienced some type of hurt, some type of pain, some type of heartache in life. And I need you to know that you are a queen. You are enough. You are worthy. You're dope as hell. You know what I'm saying? So this is The High Jump. This one's for you.
Yes! This one is for the queens. But we can't talk to the queens without quoting the queen, Beyonce. Beyonce once said, your self-worth is determined by you. You don't have to depend on someone telling you who you are. In other words, you are enough. You are so enough, it's unbelievable how enough you are. I don't care what anybody says to you. Shoot, I don't care what you say to yourself. All
right, so remember to subscribe, YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple. We on Radio Public now, so if you have an Android, no excuse. All right, and this is Keeping It Social. I'm your host, Ashley Nicole, Tasia Badass, and Naja. All right, closing out.
She left 'cause your chain fake and you're running tick. It don't even make sense.